we're going to design this travel itinerary website where users can give all the information about their trip and be given this great detailed plan. So firstly, I'm going to head over to Zero and ask it to design a clean UI for a travel itinerary generator website. So this is going to be a form and it's going to take in some information like location that the user wants to travel to and also the budget of their trip. And let's make that a slider so it's a bit more fun. If there's any kids going with them on the trip, we can also include that. And also let them choose the climate of their trip. So that could be like if it's tropical or it's a nice beach vacation. We'll also include some hobbies and activities that you might want to do in your trip, or just submit button at the end. So to make it easier to modify later, I'm going to ask it to be in React and Bootstrap. So now V0 is going to be designing our website using the tools that we asked it to use. So in a little bit, get our website. So this does have everything that I asked it to include, but it does look very plain. There's no style to it at all. Let's ask it to make this a bit more attractive looking. So please make the design more interesting, notion-like, and attractive. So some color would be nice. So Filter is going to process this request again, and it's going to redesign our website based on what we asked it. So it's working on it. Okay, so here we have our redesigned website. This looks quite a lot better. We have destination, start, and budget. Looks great. So now let's open up a new V0 tab and ask it to design a beautiful website for the travel itinerary output. So this is going to be the page that has the actual plan. So this page is going to show the location, name, what time of year they will be there for. Let's get the average temperature just to make it a little fun. And how much money they'll be needing. So kind of like a budget. Now let's try to have something of an itinerary day by day. An image of the location and an image of the Airbnb with a link would be very cool. Now let's try to have a day by day of the trip. So have a day by day, and each day by day should include breakfast location, lunch location, and a dinner location, and also activities. And also, let's include how much everything is going to cost. So they have a good idea of how much they need. Let's give some examples about activity types. So tours, attractions, zines, hiking, trails. Okay, this looks good. So I'm gonna send it. And it's going to go ahead and design this website as well. So here we have our website and Paris, France, view on Airbnb, and we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. And our activities. So this looks pretty good. It's got our durations and everything. So now we can download our files that we've created. So we'll come back here and we'll just click on the TSX file and download. And okay, so I'll download both files now and come over to our phone. And now that we have the both downloaded, we're going to put them in the source. So we're going to open up both files and just drag them into the source, src. So now we have our basic project running. Right now, it's just an empty page. So we can open up Cursor. We want to show the form as the first page in the website. So I'm just going to ask it, I want to show the travel itinerary when the user opens the website. So when they open the website, I want them to see the form as the first thing. And it's going to suggest some changes, and we're going to click on apply and accept. Now, when we refresh the page, we can see the form. So that's perfect. Now let's test out the form. I'm going somewhere with lots of history. And we can select some dates. Okay. And select dates. And let's generate our itinerary. So when we click on it, it doesn't do anything. So let's go back to our app and ask it so that when we actually click on that button, it takes us to the travel itinerary page. So I'm going to open up the chat and ask it. When I click on the generate itinerary button, I want it to take the user to the travel itinerary page. So that looks good. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the other files. So I'm just going to add all the files that end with TSX because I'm asking it to deal with more than one file, more than one page. So I'm just going to include all the pages so it can edit all the pages. So I'm going to click on send, and it's giving me a lot of suggestions. So we're just going to start from the top, and I'm going to go on run. And then the next one, we're going to click on apply and accept. And apply and accept. So we've done all the changes that it's asked us to do. So refreshing the page, let's go somewhere cold this time. Select our dates. Give ourselves a very lofty budget. Okay, great. So it takes us to the travel itinerary page. So this is good, but well, we asked to go somewhere cold, and this is just the same information every time. It's just always taking us to Paris. So let's try to get this information to change based on what is clicked on. So when I fill in the form, I wanted to take the information from this page and give us an itinerary from it. So to do that, we're actually going to be using something like AI, right? So Grok over here is a really good AI tool that is really fast, and we can ask it to make an itinerary for us. So I'm going to ask it to write a travel itinerary for Paris. Okay, send that, and we have an itinerary. So it's given us a number of days and what we should do each day. And that looks pretty good. So this is the data that we want to actually show when we go to the next page. And this is really fast, actually. So if you go down over here, you can see there's a free API key, which is why this is great. So you don't have to pay for this one. So click on that. And over here, we're just going to get the API key. And this API key will basically let us use this Gronk service. So click on API keys, click on create API key, and we'll just give it any name here. I'm going to name it travel itinerary. Okay. And then you get your private API key, copy it, and make sure you keep it secret. Now we're going over to documentation. And over here, there are some suggestions, but we don't have to follow the first one. Just go down to the second part, making your first chat completion. Changing the language over to JavaScript, we're just going to copy the first line that it asks us to do.